Hey, this is Secondhand Dan in Florida land. I'm seeing something I'm not used to seeing here, so I thought I'd post it and ask you other people, what do you think it is? It's probably a Florida thing, maybe some southern states things, but here, let me show you what I'm talking about. It's gonna be a little hard to see at first, but there is some kind of bug, bee, almost in swarm, flying around on the ground here.
I know.
By the dozens.
They're all over there too. I say let's put it right here. Well, we can put one right here too.
Unfortunately, I can't focus in on any one in particular because, like I say, they're zipping back and forth here. So, if they're hungry little insects looking for other insects, but I hadn't noticed them in the earlier months while I was here. And it's not like they prefer the shade to the sun right now. It is like 8:30 in the morning, so low 80s right now. But overall, there are probably hundreds of them. Let's try zooming in a little more. But the more I zoom in, the more I gotta wait for them to actually pass in front of the viewfinder. Oh, there goes one. But the further back I go, the harder they are to actually eye up. They're all buzzing like maybe 4 or 5 inches off the ground. We're out here doing some planting. Strange as it seems, this is what we consider to be the cool time of the day right now. Like I say, we are going to pot a plant in this thing. I went and scooped up some sand, and we have a bag and half of soil here. So from what I can see, I think they have a mild yellow stripe on them. These bees. They're certainly not aggressive to me. I don't think there's any particular nest nearby. Almost reminds me of those, whenever you get those floaters in your eyes, those little black ghost spots. There we go, that's a good view of them. Well, if you know what these things are, well, I should be leery of them or encourage them. Let me know, because it is definitely a bit of a curiosity here. Wife's hooking us up with some plant food. Doing our landscaping here. Driftwood. I'll admit it didn't drift in here. We went and got it and placed it there. Wow, the more I stare at this lawn, I know you can't see it with this wide shot, but easily hundreds of them. And the area I'm standing in right now, let's see if I migrate away from it. The area where the wheelbarrow's sitting, you see those rods in the ground. That is what I calculate to be the drainage field for the septic down here. So as we come away from that, let's survey the ground out here and see if they're yeah, I'm definitely seeing lesser of them. Really, I'm seeing way less. There's some drunk leaning up against our power pole. There's some acreage that belongs to us over there. I use the term loosely. Acreage is 2 half-acre lots that we own on the other side of our fence here. The one lot actually has a well on it. But we're contemplating whether or not to subdivide it, or whether or not to use it all as our own. I'm leaning towards using it all as our own. But I'm on the back side behind the drainage field, but you know, I'm sure the drainage fields could be still leaching into this area. And I do see these guys hovering around. They're all zigzagging. And I hear a lot of strange things down here, because it's definitely wooded around us. I've seen a coyote cross our lot. Only once. I saw a mother hog and her piglets cross the lot once. I've heard some strange, like, whippoorwill noises in the night. And I say right back here, I'm away from that drain field area, and I'm really not seeing but maybe one stray. So I wonder if that drain field is attracting a certain smaller insect, flea or mite, that these guys are hovering around hoping to dive bomb and make a lunch out of. But I can't say that I really see them quote, in attack mode, swooping down on anything. They just seem to be hovering in a zigzag pattern, because they're actually back here between all these pine trees, and they're really I don't think would be much of a drainage, seepage, weepage into this area, because it's a little slightly uphill from the drain field, and plus it's full of pine trees, so they've probably been here a lot longer than the septic, so I'm sure they installed the drain field over there. And how I came to that conclusion, it's not rocket science. There's our home. And I put these railroad ties in kind of as a guideway, driveway. The railroad ties. We have landscaping ties we have yet to set up. But you can see here's a cleanout. And there's actually the elbow coming from underneath the home. Here's the cleanout. And I had a little bit of paperwork I found with the place. And I dug over here and I actually uncovered the septic tank. It was a concrete vault type. So it's down there, had a square lid on it, and I tried to lift the lid. It didn't want to lift, so I said, let it go. We're not having any problems. So I hear tell that sometimes when the lid is that stuck, they'll just take a sledgehammer and smack it until it breaks and falls in. And they'll just replace it with another lid after they've drained it. So after the couple paces after the septic tank is where I figure the drain field is. But they are so thick right in this area. Now, I'm sorry if you're not as fascinated with them as I am, but like I say, I've never really seen such a occurrence in my life before. It's not exactly one of the great wonders of the world. It's not like, but it's different. And I was just hoping somebody else can give me an explanation of what they're doing. Are they have a short lifespan? Are they only here for a couple of weeks? Because like I say, I haven't really noticed them now until just this last week. They're not making any noise. There's no buzzing noise coming from them. They're actually pretty graceful for their size, and they're able to zigzag like that. All right, well, thanks for putting up with me and my my curiosity here. Let me know what you think we have here. All right, everybody.
I actually managed to. Well, I actually managed to get one.
So. I'd say it looks like a cross between a honeybee and a fly. I'd say it looks like a cross between a honeybee and a fly. I'm back on this shovel again. I'm back on this shovel again. All right, well, that's enough of that. Bye-bye. Well, that's enough of that. Bye-bye.